first stop this morning is Huka Falls. This is Huka Falls. We will get closer, but that it is. The water is such a pretty light blue from minerals. Since this is all a great big volcanic area, the minerals from the volcano have tinted the water this pretty blue. Second. Here's the falls from the other side. You can see the tremendous amount of water. Well, there's even a little bit coming out over there. This says that 200,000 liters of water plunge 9 meters over the great rock face of Huka Falls every second. That's enough to fill 5 Olympic swimming pools every minute. So this is Lake Taupo, quite a large lake. I'm sure is a volcano. Nice view over this huge lake. .30 in the morning. We are checking out the waterfront here in Wellington before our city tour that's going to start at 2 o'clock. Supposedly there's quite a bit of earthquake damage from the recent earthquake on the South Island, but I haven't seen any yet. This is some sort of stylized Maori boat, I guess, but it does have seating in it. Here's where we saw the shells and the dragon boats practicing last night. In here and out there. And there's a boat shed where they can store boats. Over here's some nice seating. We've seen lots of places with beanbag chairs for outdoor seating. I guess the tide is out, and when it's in, those green steps that have moss on them or seaweed or something are underwater, my guess. And then here's a nice fountain. Okay, up there on the 9th floor is where our room is, down here at this end. And that's the club lounge and the outdoor elevator. Good location. Seen lots of these tree ferns all over the city, but they don't need to be watered. Evidently, this is a sculpture of an albatross. And if I hadn't read the sign, I wouldn't know that. Interesting little bridge. And here's looking back over the area where we just came from. This is dated 1942, and it says the U.S. Marine Corps arrived at this key in May 1942 and left from here to serve in the Pacific Theater of War. Then it mentions Kwajalein, Saipan, Peleliu, Iwo Jima, Okinawa, Guadalcanal, New Georgia, Bougainville, Tarawa, and Cape Gloucester. And there's a Marine Corps emblem. And it says, to the people of New Zealand, the 2nd Marine Division Association of the United States of America in 1951. Next to it is this plaque in grateful memory of New Zealanders who contributed to the defense of freedom during the Spanish Civil War. 1936 to 1939. Put here by the Embassy of Spain. Put here in honor of the New Zealand United Nations service in Korea, 1950 to 1957. Interesting story. This is put here by Polish children who had been refugees in 1944, and their adult caregivers are 733 children and 105 caregivers came here. The Prime Minister in New Zealand invited them because they'd lost their homes and family members after the 1939 German invasion of Poland. So those Polish immigrants became self-sufficient, hard-working, loyal citizens, and 60 years later they and their families say thank you to the New Zealand government, the New Zealand Army, the Catholic Church, caregivers, teachers, and all who extended a helping hand. How nice. This is a bench, and behind it is plaques honoring New Zealand involvement in various incidents around the world. Well, I finally found the bagpiper. The Hungarian government and people thank the New Zealand government, the Red Cross Church of Schools family, and all New Zealanders who extended a helping hand to the Hungarian refugees coming to New Zealand after the suppression of the Hungarian Revolution in 1956. 367 souls arrived aboard a ship in Wellington Harbor. And 60 years later, they put this plaque up here just a little over, a few months ago, November 2016. This is in honor of Greek refugees who came in 1951, and when they arrived, they were taken to a reception and training center to be assimilated into the New Zealand way of life. Great idea. Here's a little children's playground, and the slide's enclosed so the kids can't jump off of it, but it looks like a good slide. There's a new building going up, and look at the support structure there on a diagonal, which I'll bet is very helpful in an earthquake, and they do have plenty of them around here. We're right at the harbor, and still look how clear the water is. Tons of places along here for people to sit, convenient for office workers to get away for a short time. And there's some great big sea anemones, I guess. And while this water is clear, I haven't seen any fish. Here's another view of this new building here on the waterfront.